What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, we here with what American habits will shock non-Americans, and I'm finna see if this is something I can agree or disagree with, or agree to disagree with type of thing, because I know there's some habits that, us Americans do that, non-Americans not used to, and vice versa, so y'all hit that subscribe button, send down our recommendations. What this kid, I don't know what this kid's doing. I don't know. I definitely can't do this, or never been able to, or never seen a child do this. I don't know if it's photoshopped or what, but that's amazing. That's crazy finger strength right here. Crazy.
Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/askreddit by Planet Reddit. What do Americans do without a second thought that would shock non-Americans? Election season starting nearly 2 years in advance. What I've seen of the election so far has been so weird. It's like a big reality show in America. I've never seen anything like that before. We had snippets of it in the UK election, but it came from social media and comedy shows. In America, it seems to come from the news and government itself.
That's true.
As a Brit, garbage disposal in the sink. That shit scares the life out of me. That shit is ducking scary to us too. That's why we put them in horror movies. Yeah, I live in US and grew up without ever having one of these. So the first time I went to a friend's house who had one, I spent about an hour putting random shit down it, switching back and forth from ducking sweet dude, this is cool to holy duck man, how does your whole family still have all of their fingers?
Yeah, I own everything. It is, I ain't gonna lie, it is a scary thing, cause like I have one. And we have 3 switches, and sometimes I forget to switch. Sometimes I meant to turn on the light, and I turn on the dishwasher, the garbage disposal thing, and it can be scary. I ain't gonna lie. But it comes in handy, not for like dumping a bunch of food in it, but you know what I'm saying? Little scraps here and there, maybe some cereal that you don't finish.
This isn't that interesting, but oftentimes when I am abroad, I speak at what I think is normal volume, and people are like, "Why are you yelling? Are you drunk?" Agreed. Volume awareness on aeroplanes is also one to consider. Hi, I'm Pamela and this is my husband Bob. We're originally from Ohio but now live in Seattle, and we're flying to the UK for... I hadn't even put my bag in the overhead locker yet. It was a very long flight.
Oh my god.
I worked at a company that brought in a lot of Koreans. One day a group of them came and told me that they were all disappointed to find that Americans don't do special multi-move handshakes all the time. They had to ask me if we wouldn't do it in front of them because they were foreigners.
Oh my god.
You should have just made up some random combinations and told them they were the most common ones. That's beautiful there. Your drink sizes are nuts. I got a lemonade and it was in the biggest drinking vessel that I have ever seen.
Not a lemonade.
Yeah, fast food places are ridiculous. The sizes get bigger every year except for small.
Hey, I just did the video. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out with the US versus the UK portion sizes. The drinks, I ain't gonna lie, a small drink here is probably is equivalent to a large drink in the UK, to be honest. But food portions is even ridiculous.
They give you basically a shot of soda and 4 fries with a small meal, but a medium is a 5-gallon bucket and a suitcase of fries. I swear that a Wendy's medium is what the original super size was.
Oh, Wendy's do have
flags. They're everywhere, and they can be huge. Not American, I'm in the UK, but an American asked me where the nearest drive-through bank was as they couldn't find one. I literally had never even thought of it before.
Wow.
US has drive-through everything. It's weird, but that's what happens when you live in a country that has land space to spare combined with a culture of driving everywhere. Drive-through pub sounds nice. Eating their fast food in their car in the parking lot of the fast food restaurant.
Oh.
Edit. Guys, I'm not judging you. It's all good.
I had to do this a couple of times, especially when I had work, and we don't get that much time for lunch break. So I would go into a store, and usually I'll go to this gas station and get some food, because it's pretty clean, pretty legit gas station called Buc-ee's. If you ever come to Texas, for sure. It might be in somewhere else. I know for sure Texas, Buc-ee's, go to Buc-ee's. Got some of the best food, best snacks, everything. Best everything, even gas. But I'll go sit in the parking lot and wait, because I'm like, I might have to be done in like 10 minutes anyway. Might as well sit in the car. I've had those times.
You can't feel shame when you're in your car alone.
At all.
It's scientifically proven. LOL, Sonic has even built their entire business model
That's a
around
fact.
this. Edit. A word. Apparently, judging by recent posts here on Reddit, you send photos of yourself as Christmas cards, which is pretty weird. It kinda lets faraway relatives that you don't see too often not forget how awesome you are. It's kinda irrelevant now due to social media, but it's tradition, so a lot of people keep doing them. Plus moms love coming up with a different theme each year.
Now you can send
it's
it electronic.
Mostly to send to younger people. Plenty of people still have parents and grandparents that aren't very tech savvy, so it still allows people to give a nice update to people like that. My Italian-born and immigrant friend said the first thing that amazed him about America was how wide the driving lanes are, and I can agree to that. Well, they have to be pretty wide considering how many semis and box trucks we have on our roads. And they were created with automobiles in mind in the first place. Buying cigarettes at the same place I buy my medicine, and having it cost less than the medicine.
Wow.
Turn right on red. In Germany this is allowed, but only when there is a sign with a green arrow on the traffic lights. Like this. In most places in the US the default is that it's allowed, but there may be a sign saying it's not allowed. Edit. Grammar. Drive everywhere. Our foreign exchange student, years ago, was astonished by how much driving we did. Yep, I live out in the country 5 miles from my town and 20 miles from the nearest city.
Dang.
I really have no choice but to drive everywhere. Ice in the glass. Always. And as much as we want. And eating the rest of the ice after finishing the drink. I've always been into eating ice. I get excited about restaurants who have good ice looking at you. Sonic. Go duck yourself. Wendy's.
Sonic do have the best ice because it got the little crushed small cube type of ice. That's the best ice, that crushed ice right there. But no, I mean, back to the drink portions and stuff. Like, really, if you got if you got a large cup of, say for instance, you go to Burger King, you get a large, and your drink, they're filling the cup up with ice. So you're not even getting 24 ounces or 32 ounces. You'll get it, like, if you get a 30, if the cup is 32 ounces, you're only getting probably 24, 23 of that because of all the ice. Probably less than that, to be honest.
I noticed that visiting Americans' friends expect to be shown around my house, including the bedrooms. This insane intrusion of privacy is perfectly normal to them. Bizarre. I am used to it now and tidy up everywhere before an American comes to call for the first time. No matter how humble my homes were at various points in my life, these Americans always called my abode a beautiful home, so I admit their manners are good, just different to Europe. May I see your underwear drawer? Bedrooms can be off limits in America too. Some people are just nosy. Non-bedroom areas are fair game though. We usually show people around when they come over the first time. So this is probably why people expect it. As people are led around, they generally make nice comments about the things they like, ending with a comment about how they really like the home. Sometimes this leads into a conversation about all the home's good features. Buying wine in a drugstore. Well, alcohol is a drug, is it not? How else are you supposed to self-medicate? Sending children away to a camp 4 weeks at a time over summer. How else are you supposed to get rid of them? Seeing a firefly. We had a Swedish exchange student staying with us and we commented the lightning bugs look nice tonight. She didn't believe that they were insects until we caught one and showed her. Also donuts for breakfast. She didn't believe that they were insects until we caught one and showed her. What did she think they were? Right, sweet here, and I wanted to say I'm kinda ashamed. Who doesn't know what a firefly is?
Come on,
anyway, it is true. I have never seen a firefly. Join our community Discord, link in description. Refer to something as only 300 miles away. In a 300-mile radius from where I live, there are 8 countries.
Dang.
9 if it were a 305-mile radius. It did shock me. I can't even leave my state driving 300 miles, unless you count the ocean.
That is crazy. I wonder where they from. 300 miles and you can end up, there's 8 different countries that you can drive. That's wild.
Tips, not only at restaurants, but at the hairdresser, salon, hotel if someone carries your bags in, etc. Edit. Apparently tipping is as heated of a topic as ISIS. Be warned. Swear to God the guy at the liquor store has a tip jar.
For what?
For what? Ringing me up? CC Slip had a tip line too. Swear I heard him give a little huff when I just signed it. I lived off of tips for years and it put me through college.
Yeah, one of my favorite restaurants that I go to, we usually get the food to go. We don't sit down and eat there, but they have a tip thing. At first, I used to be nervous, like, dang, should I leave a tip? I mean, wait till the person turn their head, and I just press no tip inside. But I mean, I feel like everywhere nowadays been asking for a tip. You know what? I didn't pay for this food. Here's a tip for you right here. Can you make it a little faster? You know what I'm saying? I'll give you some tips on, service and stuff, but I get extra money. Come on now.
But I gotta draw a line somewhere. I'm with you there. I support tipping in instances where you are getting a service. I used to be a delivery driver, and with tips I made pretty damn good money. There aren't many other jobs where an 18-year-old can average like $16 an hour and sometimes do a lot better. Since I live that life, I always tip well. However, I find tip jars frustrating. When I order takeout, I do it because I'd rather just get the food myself than have a waiter or driver take it to me. Why should I have to tip when I'm the one doing everything other than cooking the food? Same with the liquor store. I tip bartenders because they make my drinks. I don't tip the guy at the liquor store because I'm the one going out to buy the bottles so I can make my drinks myself.
That's funny.
My buddy came for a visit from Germany. I brought him to the grocery store and bought a shotgun just to see the look on his face. God. Free refills.
This is wild because he said a grocery store to buy a shotgun. That is wild. I ain't go other than Walmart. I ain't never seen guns in a store, a grocery store.
And bought a shotgun just to see the look on his face.
That is wild.
Free refills. This is gonna sound dumb. Being straightforward, raised in an Asian culture, we were often taught to save some face for the other person. It turns into a habit when you talk. I complained to one of my roommate on how he's not doing his dishes. I went, hey, I'm gonna cook later, would you mind cleaning up? Even though it's been there for a couple of days.
Dang.
My other white roommate went, yeah, do your ducking dishes. It's disgusting and I think you are filthy.
That's crazy.
I was literally thinking, how the duck do you that? I envy you. P.S. I'm not saying no Asians will be straightforward, but it is common to find people like me.
Sometimes you gotta be straightforward with people, because people, you'll be nice, they'll be like, yeah, I'll do it, and still don't do it. Sometimes you gotta let them know, hey man, it's kind of funky in here. It's your turn to do the dishes.
Into a bar where canned music is playing so loudly you can't hear the person sitting across the table from you, and stay there for the rest of the night. I actually ducking hate this. Yeah, I'm American and I'll leave if a place is like that, but there will be people in there staying and yelling over each other. Actually, if I do stay, it's because I'm yelling at a girl next to me, which doesn't help making meeting someone less awkward. Saying hi to strangers. Speaking to strangers in eateries, bars, on the bus, grocery store, etc.
Bars on the bus?
So insane that other countries think this is weird. I don't go out of my way
I read that wrong. I thought it said, I didn't see the comma there. I was like, bars on the bus? What in the world?
So insane that other countries think this is weird. I don't go out of my way to talk to strangers, but some of the best conversations I've had were just random people. If you only talk to people you want to talk to, then you get stuck in your own little social bubble. It's nice to talk to someone you have nothing in common with and get their perspective on life sometimes.
That's a fact.
I know. I've learned so many things and compassion from strangers. I was in Boston and had a nosebleed on the Orange Line, and a woman, a poor down and out citizen in Roxbury Crossing, showed me how to stop the bleeding and stayed with me the whole time. I've always sat with old people in MC Donald's who are lonely and spend their time there. They've let me in on neighborhood hidden gems, or that the flu shot is now available at the pharmacy, or that the bus route is changing next week.
Dang.
Measure distances by driving time when giving directions. Skip voting.
Skip voting.
Took a guy from Iceland to a drive-through ATM and then a Sonic drive-in to get cherry limeades. He was absolutely incredulous. We then shot semi-auto rifles. Earlier, he had gone to a college football game. Also visited a gun store. I think he had the most American experience possible.
In a day.
Changed assault rifle to semi-auto. Didn't realize AR is not assault rifle. You
Hey, just adding football and guns, that's very, very American.
could turn that into a European vacation package, I bet. Edit. Alright. Who's on board with this? We need a bed and breakfast with a direct TV NFL package. Build a shooting range out back. Stock up on some AK-47s and whatnot. Can't forget the big lifted pickup truck with monster truck wheels. I got loans I need to pay off. And can build an app. Who's with me?
That's funny.
Guns and fast food tours of America. Have a national uproar over a nip slip. In my country, nudity in public TV is a no, except when in a completely not sexual context like indigenous people who walk naked and such. Although, after 11 PM everything is liberated and we have even some softcore porn on Saturday nights because yes,
What?
Brazil. As an American, I've noticed that other countries don't offer free water at a restaurant. WTF world? I learned that in France. I had to specifically ask for un carafdio to get tap water in a pitcher. If I said nothing, they were trying to bring me a fancy bottle to the table that they had to open and charge me for.
No.
In the gym changeover area, people are walking naked. Being Indian, I was shocked. Shooting. I can go to the local range and rent an AR-15/M4 variant, P90, Ruger Scout, any Glock semi-auto, Smith & Wesson,
That's Call of Duty
etc.
stuff.
If I didn't feel like bringing my own, and spend the day punching holes in a piece of paper from a distance.
Dude, that's Call of
Edit.
Duty weapon.
For those saying the Europeans can go to a gun range too, I know, would love to visit the place in this video sometime. It's not something common, though, and I believe most Europeans are shocked by how easy it is to go someplace. Drop a bit of cash and you're suddenly target shooting. Heck, some of us can just go into our backyard and blast away all
That's a
day.
fact.
If only the range has an R8. Valve could have done some actual testing. Here's the too long didn't read of the comment section. Enjoy, my friends. My own personal favorite from having a couple of college roommates from the Czech Republic. Putting your shoes on a table, desk, countertop, etc. My roommate explained to me that it was bad luck. Edit. Added a few U-turns and right on reds took a bit of getting used to. In Ireland a U-turn is illegal. Wait, what? Have they always been illegal in Ireland, or is this
I never knew that. Maybe because I haven't did much over Ireland, but I didn't know a U-turn was illegal. I mean, it's illegal. Sometimes there will be signs up here that will tell you that you can't make a U-turn. But some people still do it, you know, especially if there's no cop in sight, you still do it.
U-turn is illegal. Wait, what? Have they always been illegal in Ireland, or is this a recent thing? No, it's a thing. You're also not allowed to make the same turn direction twice in a row.
Huh?
If you miss your turn, you're legally obliged to circumnavigate the entire island.
Wow.
Calling it world champion when you won a national event. Talking to a perfect stranger for no reason. I need confirmation, but I guess it's also not that unusual for Latin American and Mediterranean Europe too. You talk to them so they aren't a stranger anymore. It's how you make friends. Thanks for watching.
Nah, this one was definitely, this is very, very American. This one was very American. Especially, that person that experienced football and a gun range in a day. Very American. Those were very American habits, but I definitely can agree with. But I still didn't know you can't make a U-turn in Ireland. That's wild. You know, because we make U-turns all the time here. I mean, then again, I'm sure transportation is probably better in Ireland anyways. You know, wouldn't even have to just drive like that. But y'all let me know what you think. Maybe y'all have some moments from American habits that shocked you so much. You know, I know we always talk about portion sizes and stuff like that, the guns, football. I mean, to be honest, American football is no match to what I've seen football overseas, you know, or what we call soccer. I've seen ultras. It doesn't compare. American football does not compare. But y'all let me know what you think. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Send down those recommendations. Y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.